Season is just a week and a half away, and some members of Louisiana's congressional delegation worry if FEMA is ready.
As Sabrina Wilson reports, they say it's the last thing people should have to worry about in a state vulnerable to hurricanes.
In less than 2 weeks, hurricane season begins.
Very concerned about FEMA being ready for hurricane season. And I had a call with the last director. I've had calls with the Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, and I have a call being set up with the new FEMA director to discuss these very issues.
I'm extremely concerned. Timing couldn't be worse.
President Trump wants to get rid of FEMA.
The president firmly believes that FEMA needs to be eliminated as the way it stands today, that it needs to be reformed, and that states and local governments should do emergency response with the support of the federal government.
43 were for tropical storms, which includes hurricanes, 29 for floods. I spoke to Republican Louisiana U.S. Senator Bill Cassidy and Democratic Congressman Troy Carter of Louisiana about FEMA. Both agree it needs reforms.
There are elements of FEMA that needs to be reformed, that needs to be brought up to snuff, to code. But the notion that we would get rid of FEMA is reckless and irresponsible in my estimation, particularly as we approach hurricane season. Listen,
I also want to make sure that when the disaster hits somewhere in the nation, that whatever the president's new plans are, those plans are robust enough to address it. Believe me, and FEMA could be reformed.
In the House and the Senate, are you getting enough update, enough information about what is the plan for FEMA?
well, quite frankly, we haven't gotten anything.
Once a state gets hit, it's very difficult for that government that's in the midst of a crisis themselves to deploy resources.
I asked Louisiana's GOSEP if it's ready to handle more disaster-related responsibilities if FEMA does go away or is significantly restructured. It says it maintains a steady state of preparedness to address any potential challenges and ensure the safety and resilience of our communities, and says it works closely with FEMA and other partners to ensure alignment and coordination. Any updates or guidance provided by FEMA will be reviewed and integrated into our preparedness efforts as appropriate, and says our focus remains on collaboration and adaptability to protect and serve the people of Louisiana.
We saw after Hurricane Ida, for example, that the state stepped in and did the temporary housing program with the trailers. They were able to do that far quicker than FEMA was able to do that.
And St. Charles Parish President Matt Jewell is confident the National Flood Insurance Program will remain in place even if FEMA goes away, but he says Risk Rating 2.0 needs to be overhauled. John.